Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another live stream this Saturday night, 8 o'clock, 1 hour later than I had previously been going live because I uploaded a video at like 6, so I didn't want to go live an hour later. I guess it really doesn't matter. Trump, well, there's Vance right there. Vance with his eyeliner. No, I'm kidding. There haven't been many reports of any crazy protests during this military parade. And I'm guessing Trump is going to be speaking at some point. I would imagine riots in LA right now. If those get real hot, we can go to those. It's already pretty dark. Oh, Trump is speaking right now.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
They gotta have the women soldiers, of course.
So help me God. Congratulations, congratulations. Welcome to the United States Army and have a great life. Thank you very much. Have a great life. Thank you.
Yeah, so I guess Trump welcoming in new cadets. And yeah, so we'll see. I mean, listen, we'll see. With this parade, I'm guessing Trump's going to be speaking. We've got obviously a lot of news. The news on the weekends, the news does die down. People always say, well, the news never stops now because of social media, but it dies down. Trust me, I know. But this week it's a little bit different because of the situation that happened on Thursday. So there's a lot of news today. It's a rare situation. What's up, everyone? Have a great life. Yeah, it's typical Trump. Typical Trump. I just started watching the parade. What are you? It's a weird question. Trump says people who don't want. Yeah, this is a tough statement from Trump. People who don't want to do anything about Iran having a nuclear weapon, that's not peace. Trump says he's the one that developed America first. And considering that the term wasn't used until he came along, which obviously is false. But I understand what he's talking about in terms of like the MAGA movement and altering the conservative landscape from the McCains, the Romneys, the Paul Ryans. I understand what he means, but this is not great rhetoric because it's basically Trump saying I can do anything I want and it's going to be labeled America first because it's me. So it's not great. China and Russia backing Iran. Yeah, but to what degree? Like, will they supply them? I mean, certainly they're reliant on them for oil. But I mean, what degree are they backing them? I know they both came out and said they wanted some type of peace. But I don't know what that looks like at this point. I mean, everything right now points to a more prolonged conflict. There was a report from Axios that said Israel immediately demanded that the United States enter the war officially, even though the U.S. has already been helping Israel. It's been reported. But then the U.S. said, no, we're not doing that yet. Trump said we're going to remain out. It's like hearsay. I mean, if they're already helping shoot down missiles, I mean, the whole thing, I think, is going to turn into this new red line by Trump to where the new MAGA red line is going to be no troops. That's going to be the red line. Or maybe it turns into this defensive thing because that's what Charlie Kirk now is trying to spin it. It's, oh, we're just going to help Israel defend itself. There's going to be no offensive strikes, but Israel has said, well, we can't destroy the caves that we need to in terms of where they're enriching uranium. So we need the U.S. for that. So they're probably going to have to use U.S. Missiles. I mean, the U.S. is going to be involved, I would imagine, one way or another. Thoughts on Tim Walz shooter? Yeah, there's always just weird stuff with Tim Walz, and it's not me being funny because he called Vance weird. But seriously, like legitimate, there's always something odd with Tim Walz. And so now this new one with this shooter, and apparently he had the No Kings protest flyers in his car. And people immediately say, well, because, I mean, it's a terrible situation. Killing the two representatives, Democrat representatives who had recently voted and crossed party lines and voted with Republican legislation. And now they're saying, well, I mean, we'll have to see what comes out about that. But it's just, it's an unfortunate thing. You think rising oil prices will cause stagflation? Well, stagflation happens when there's no GDP growth. We're going to get a 4.5% growth rate in quarter two. Now they're saying, well, the tariffs are going to affect quarter three and quarter four, but no, I don't see that happening. If think about it, if quarter two reads 4.5% GDP growth, how do you call that stagflation? Now we'll see what happens in quarter three, but also I don't think it's going to drive up inflation very much. There will be a domino effect, though. There'll be a domino effect. We'll see what they end up doing with the Strait of Hormuz. I know they've threatened to close it, but I mean, that would demand U.S. interaction and U.S. entering, and I don't think they want that. But the U.S. is kind of already in anyways. But if they close that strait, it is going to cripple oil prices for, I think, a short period, a very short period. But there's going to have to be a recovery process through that. I don't even know what it's trading at. Maybe around $73, $74 a barrel. Yep, it is Trump's birthday. It is Trump's birthday, 79. So 79 now. Benny Johnson's wife did a speech today. Really? At the military parade? No, I'm just kidding. No Kings thing is a psyop created by Soros and his minion King Globalist. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I mean, it's coordinated. You know, I did see they did have some pretty big protests. Philadelphia specific, there was like they said 50K. I don't know if that's true. Philadelphia, there was a big one I saw. LA, obviously. I mean, all the major cities. There were some ones that were busts though. Like there were some of the protests. There was like 10 people at a corner. It's like, I mean, what does that really do? Did this just happen? They're throwing Molotov cocktails in LA still. 10 deputies injured. Oh no, this is this week. Never mind. I don't know why they would say that. The military parade. Dude. The thing is, what they gotta have is they should line the streets with American flags, just a bunch of American flags, and then you stick them out at like an angle. That's what they should do. Do you think Iran is cooked? Well, it depends Trump's commitment to it. And it depends what Russia and China end up doing, how much support Iran gets from them. But yeah, I mean, it seems like the U.S. is going to seriously help Israel here. And I mean, Israel does want a regime change, which is going to cause serious intervention. I mean, the only thing we can say that's in terms of de-escalation is Trump saying, or it was reported by Axios, that the U.S. technically is not entering officially to help Israel, whatever that means. I mean, technically they're already helping them, but Iran is you know, if Israel has the United States, they're outmanned, and none of it's really ground troops. I mean, look at the difference in terms of army sizes between Iran and Israel. This is all through missiles, and Israel got struck decently well apparently, where there were I mean, you know, the Iron Dome only does so much. There's going to be missiles that penetrate it, especially those hypersonic ones that Iran was shooting. So they got hit. Some of their top military offices got hit. Their command centers got hit. So they're going to really, I'm sure, have a serious counter, just like people were saying. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Any clips from the riots? We'll go through some of this stuff right now. Putin called Trump today Trump talking about it on Truth Social. Very nice. Happy birthday. Talking about Iran, a country he knows very well. They talked at length. Much less time was spent talking about Russia, Ukraine. See, this is an issue that Trump should understand. We're talking about two different hot wars. That's maybe we need to solve these things here. They're continuing to do prisoner swaps. But they've been doing prisoner swaps. Call lasted an hour. Well, with a translator, it's you got to like take off 30 minutes. But I don't know. Now they probably got it to where it automatically translates it. America cannot afford to fund another fucking war. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great look for the administration if this is a prolonged war. I mean, I don't see how it's not a longer war with Israel's ambitions. So the hope is that somehow this is resolved. I mean, I don't. It doesn't seem like. I mean, I'd like to see Trump do an actual interview and talk about it. But if the stuff that we've heard Trump, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I thought that Trump would be saying things a little bit differently than he is, especially like the America First thing. That's just like. I don't know. I think he's getting maybe his advisors or something. I don't know what's happening, but he's like, well, if I say it's America first, it's America first. That's not how it works, man. But I mean, I understand with Iran and they are a danger. They are a threat. People keep wondering, do they actually have? It's the weapons of mass destruction. This is the Twilight Zone. This is the 2.0 of it. But I mean, to be fair, if you believe there's an agency that tracks uranium enrichment and it gets reported. It's like the International Atomic Energy Agency, and they've reported that Iran has 60% enrichment. So people are saying, well, no, so if you don't believe them, then maybe Iran doesn't, and this is just a ploy. But I think Iran probably does have 60% enrichment, which is they don't have a nuclear bomb unless they've been hiding it. But they're basically 2 or 3 weeks away from creating one. It's something like that. I mean, I'm sure the data, it's a little bit different than what I'm saying because I'm not going to know it exactly. Like Iran's not going to say, oh, we're exactly at this level from the last enrichment rating they had to give. But they have to report the uranium enrichment levels to an international agency. That's where the 60% number comes from.
I don't know what.
Philly, you are the community to this president's chaos. And together, we build a future of opportunity and justice for all. Hope over fear, aspiration over anger, the promise of America for each and every American. That is what we are fighting for today. So, I say, the people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never...
Shut up, lady. Go home to your cats.
I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look, the...
Oh, my goodness. Timmy.
So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about it.
You guys want me to look at the military parade? I mean, I can have it playing. Yeah, I'm not gonna get copyrighted. Hell no. I can have it playing. We'll see if Trump ends up speaking. Iran is not a threat to us. It's a threat to Israel, but they do say death to America. Yeah, I mean, Iran doesn't, I mean, Iran could cause disruptions within the Middle East, but, our involvement is the juice isn't worth the squeeze, especially nowadays with this administration. That's why I wanted them to do a deal. They could have done a deal and kept the enrichment low. They really could have, unless, I mean, maybe Trump can come out and shed light on that and say no, they were not going to accept any deal. So you agree with me now? Even the polls tell it's an X bubble with Israel. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I think people are sick of Israel, honestly, dude. I really do. Like, if you ask, should we ever deploy troops for Israel? Like, it's gonna get like a 10%. Like, nobody fucking wants that. It's like, I mean, we've had horrible experiences in the Middle East, so that already puts us off on a lower support for another Middle Eastern conflict. You have to understand that the barometer is already lower for the American public. And then you also add in, it's not Middle East, but Vietnam. It's these wars thousands of miles away, which honestly is probably what we're mostly going to be fighting in because of where we're located geographically, but still. Are we worried about a Trump assassination attempt here? I mean, what do you want me to say on that? Hopefully not. Hopefully there's nothing that's going to happen. Lone Survivor, if you guys have seen that show, that's when the assassination attempt happened, when the president was speaking around the Capitol, I think. So who knows? But hopefully, and obviously, I don't know. I don't think so. They're going to have heavy security there, I'm sure. Parade was well done. Yeah, I mean, maybe a few more. We could use more American flags, especially with it being Flag Day. I want to see it lined with flags. That's what I was thinking. Maybe they did offer low enrichment, like 3%, but they weren't accepting that. Yeah, do you know what it got reported, right? Behind the scenes, that the Trump administration was willing to offer like lower enrichment, but then Trump immediately came out and denied it. So I don't know if that's true or not. But why doesn't Trump say, because he keeps saying they can't have a nuclear weapon. Well, what does that mean exactly? So it means zero enrichment? Does it mean 3% enrichment? I don't know. I guess it means zero enrichment. And Iran was not going to accept that. All right, here's Vance.
Well, let me say to the thousands of Americans who traveled from distant towns and across state lines to be here today, this is your national capital. Welcome to Washington, D.C. We are thrilled to have you.
Vance coming up, first comments on Israel-Iran right now.
This evening, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Army, the oldest branch of the greatest fighting force ever known to man, I want to say to all the soldiers all across our nation's capital and all across the world, happy birthday, soldiers. We're proud of you. And I want to say you represent an unbroken line of greatness, of excellence. And one of the things the President of the United States has told his entire administration, from the Vice President on down, is that we must remember that the young men and women who put on the uniform and serve this nation are our most precious resource. We must honor them, we must respect them, we must fight for them, and that's exactly what the Trump administration aims to do every single day. And so to our soldiers, we're so proud of you, and let me tell you that the way that we honor and respect you is, number one, we never ask you to go to war unless you absolutely have to. And number two, when we do ask you to go to war, we give you the weapons and the support needed to kick the hell out of the enemy and come back home safely. Now, I know I am the last thing standing between the main event, and that is a dangerous place to be with a lot of soldiers in the audience. So let me just say a couple of quick additional thoughts. First of all, June the 14th is, of course, the birthday of the Army. It is, of course, the birthday of the President of the United States, and happy birthday, Mr. President. But I would get in trouble if I didn't mention that it's also my wedding anniversary. And so to my lovely wife, I love you, honey. Happy anniversary. And thank you for everything that you do for our country. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the 45th and 47th Commander-in-Chief of the United States military, President Donald J. Trump.
You asked how were the protests in my area. I don't even think there were any protests in my area. Trump just announced he won't help Israel.
Thank you to Vice President
He's going to
Vance.
talk about it right now.
Thank you to our wonderful First Lady. And above all, thank you to the greatest, fiercest, and bravest fighting force ever to stride the face of this earth, the United States Army. Thank you very much. Because the Army keeps us free, you make us strong, and tonight, you have made all Americans very proud. They're watching from all over the world, actually. Made them all very proud. Every other country celebrates their victories. It's about time America did too. That's what we're doing tonight. And watching this magnificent display, our souls are filled with gratitude for every generation of warriors who have worn the uniform all the way back to the very beginning. So to every veteran across our land and right here in our nation's capital, including 6 recipients of the Congressional Medal of Honor, we love you, we honor you, and we salute your noble service to our flag and to our country. As we celebrate tonight, we also think of the hundreds of thousands of Army soldiers who have made the supreme sacrifice for our nation and selflessly laid down their lives in every war, from the Revolution to the War on Terror. To the Gold Star families with us today, the courage of your heroes is the bedrock on which our entire nation stands. We thank you. Yes, we thank you. Today we commemorate an event that did not just change American history, but changed the history of the entire world. With the creation of America's Army on June 14th, 1775, liberty got its shield and the freedom got its sword. Those first Army patriots in the American Revolution fought against a fearsome enemy and impossible odds, but they were armed with a righteous cause. They were led by an indomitable commander, a truly great man, General George Washington, and they were united by an eternal creed. Their motto was victory or death. Over the past 2.5 centuries, our warriors have shown unrivaled valor on fields of battle around the globe. With the frostbitten feet and bloody fist, they have marched into the flames and fury of combat, charged up mountains, stormed beaches, waded through torrents of gunfire, and leapt into skies thick with smoke and shrapnel. The U.S. Army has driven bayonets into the heart of sinister empires, crushed the ambitions of evil tyrants. Beneath the threads of American tanks, it's done so well, it's done so much, and sent the devil himself flying into full retreat. Time and again, America's enemies have learned that if you threaten the American people, our soldiers are coming for you. Your defeat will be certain, your demise will be final, and your downfall will be total and complete.
Trump's going to talk about Israel. Just wait.
Because our soldiers never give up, never surrender, and never, ever quit. They fight, 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 and they win, win, win. And that's why no institution in history has entered more names into the roster of American heroes than the U.S. Army, the Congressional Medal of Honor, more than anyone or anything. There was Mad Anthony Wayne asked by George Washington to lead a daring midnight raid up the cliffs of Stony Point with unloaded muskets and only their bayonets to fight the redcoats. Mad Anthony replied, "Issue the order, sir, and I will storm into hell for you." Then there was the Civil War general, John Corse, shot in the face in combat. He fired off a message to his commander: "I am short a cheekbone and one ear, but I am able to whip the hell out of all of them." He stayed on the front lines, it seemed forever. In World War II, there was the great Creighton Abrams, besieged on all sides by the Nazis at the Battle of the Bulge. He boldly proclaimed, "They've got us surrounded again, the poor bastards." This is the fighting spirit and unyielding force of the U.S. Army. It has never changed, and it will never, ever change, because there is no earthly force more powerful than the brave heart of a U.S. infantryman or an Army Ranger, paratrooper, or Green Beret. They are the best, they are the finest. From Bunker Hill to San Juan Hill, from Gettysburg to Guadalcanal, from Yorktown to Shiloh, and from the trenches of the Argonne to the mountains of Afghanistan, the Army has forged a legacy of unmatched courage, untold sacrifice, and unequaled and undying glory. Our soldiers have poured out their blood by the bucketful on Missionary Ridge and Heartbreak Ridge, on the sands of Sicily, Normandy, and the Philippines, and on the dusty streets of Da Nang, Baghdad, and Fallujah. Thanks to their extraordinary service and devotion, 250 years later, America stands tall, America stands proud, and America stands free. We're the hottest country in the world right now, and our country will soon be greater and stronger than ever before. Down through history, we've been blessed beyond words by this valiant legion of Army warriors and patriots, heroes and legends. And tonight we affirm with unwavering certainty that in the years ahead and in every generation hence, whenever duty calls and whatever danger comes, the American soldier will be there. No matter the risk, no matter the obstacles, our warriors will charge into battle. They will plunge into the crucible of fire, and they will seize the crown of victory, because the United States of America will always have the grace of Almighty God and the iron will of the United States Army. Congratulations to everybody. We love our country. We've never done better. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the Army, and God bless America.
This might be the
And
end.
now I'd like to ask our great First Lady to join me at the podium. Thank you very much, everybody.
Hegseth might be talking. We might get Hegseth to say something about it. No, they're not going to talk about Israel, Iran. It's not the proper setting. So I think that's it. What is Trump like peering behind her? Or they're trying to get the perfect photo. All right, let me get to these super chats. William, thank you. Polite, rude
Mr.
guy.
President,
Yeah, we know.
On behalf of the United States Army, the Army Golden Knights, I would like to present to you this flag, which was flown over our nation's capital in free fall during the Army's 250th birthday celebration.
So he gets presented with a flag. Mike, nothing America First about war with Iran. Thank you. And then we got this new one. Reddit people have tremendous TDS, No Kings protests. Oh, Reddit is just in general. It's not even just No Kings protests. It's just Reddit in general. It's the worst out of any social media in terms of how left it is. I guess maybe Blue Sky could give it a run for its money. You'll still take Trump over the other side, even with the Israel situation. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Kamala was ready to give all the illegals amnesty, and obviously, I'm always going to take the Republican over the Democrat. I mean, that's just, yeah, and I can't play this. I'll get copyrighted if I play this. So, you guys told me to go to the one account for the riots. I don't know, what was that account? Okay, BG on the scene. All right, we've got some riots here. Blue Sky's still a thing. I saw they were declining every day in total users, but what does this dude have, a door? Did he pull a door off of a convenience store or something? Those are beautiful horses. Those are tanks. Those are some high-powered horses. The horse just nailed him. He took a tumble. He had like 20% of his soy knocked out. 20% of his soy started seeping out after the horse just fucking kicked him. What is wrong with you? The fucking horse just kicked him. Dude, these horses are just gonna go ham. Someone should destroy that door. Dude, what if a horse just rammed right into it and just plowed him over? Why do you have like a fucking battering ram? I mean, isn't that's like a weapon? What's your Blue Sky handle? Yeah, I don't have a Blue Sky. Somebody said, well, Blue Sky is more liberal than Reddit because Reddit's not just politics. You're right. No, I do go on Reddit. I'll go on Reddit, not for the political stuff, obviously, but you are right. Reddit's actually usable if you look at the non-political stuff. Did you watch Manjor Z's video on population decline? No, but he's a good dude. I had a live stream with him once. What time does Trump land in Calgary tomorrow? I don't know. You're right. He is going there for the G7. Is he going tomorrow? Is that when it starts? He probably lands like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, if I had to guess. Or maybe in the morning. They're probably going in the morning. They're probably going in the morning from D.C. Peyton, what's up, man? Go back to the parade. Well, the parade is singing. It's like it'd be copyrighted. They said Iran lies about their enrichment numbers different times throughout the years. Well, I mean, their enrichment numbers are their enrichment numbers. They're reported to a board, they're reported to an international agency, and I think the international agency does the testing on the enrichment. So there's only so much I mean, I guess they could lie and they have other facilities to where maybe they're closer. But I mean, if they're at 60%, that's close enough. You would think it's really not about their enrichment levels. It's more so about, not allowing any enrichment in a deal. Fireworks coming next. Yeah, I saw they were going to close off with the fireworks for the military parade. It gets dark early in DC because it's pretty far east. Yeah, I mean, these videos are all this. I mean, unless there's like some altercation, maybe a horse kicks one of them, that's funny. But they're all the same. They scurry like rats away. They get tear gassed. Then they start crying. Trump's second term deserves an F minus. Him in 4 years would be insufferable. No, he doesn't deserve an F minus. You gotta look at the border numbers, man. The border numbers are way down. The border numbers are way down. They're generating significant. Look, there's been some turmoil recently. I agree, but it's like, no, you can't give him an F minus. Thank you for that. Per the New York Times, Reuters, internal email from administration puts pause on ICE raids with farms, hotels, restaurants. Frustrating to hear. The kind of stuff empowers the left. They caused a pivot. Yeah, well, to be fair, I'm not sure it was the left that caused the pivot. I think it was big agriculture who caused it. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to hear what the administration says about that. I'm not too sure. They're gonna have to clarify it, so we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening there. Yeah, I mean, I mean, you could argue Trump. I mean, I had him at like a B minus, but the recent developments a little bit, they're a little bit shaky. But I mean, it's like a B minus for Trump. I mean, I think you got to be fair about it. With the grade. I don't know about you can't give him an A. You know. Hmm. Why is Trump a cuck for Israel? Well, I mean, we'll see how it develops. we'll see how it develops. He did. He tried to explore diplomacy. He's saying they're not going to enter the war. I don't know. I mean, Benny John, dude, why are you obsessed with that? why are you obsessed with that, man? This is it's a tough time. No Vance 2028. I think it's gonna be Vance, man. I guess that's some federal building they're trying to protest in front of. I don't know. As long as nothing happens. I mean, people said there would be something that happened today, like a false flag. Hopefully, we've avoided that. So, but I mean, you know, with something like this, normally this is what ends up transpiring. It's a lot to do about nothing. Whenever they have these huge protest events, there's always very little that comes of it. XRP better than Bitcoin? Well, I mean, it's lower market cap. It has a little bit more potential, but no, I wouldn't buy XRP. I'd buy Bitcoin before I'd buy XRP. I'll say that. Excuse me. Will Rubio try to run, or will it be Vance Rubio? No, I mean, Rubio could still run and then take the VP spot. He could run and then drop out, and then Vance gets it, and then he becomes the VP. So it could be both, honestly. That's probably what I would predict. I think Rubio probably will try and run, just because he probably thinks he's hot shit right now, and he's getting a lot of hype. But he still probably wouldn't beat Vance if Trump endorsed Vance, obviously. Woman has breakdown sobs on live TV and no King's protest. I don't know. You got to give me like a, you know, where can I find that? Is the parade over? I think are they onto the fireworks now? Impeach Donald Trump. I mean, it's all the same shit. Mexico flags. They're still doing the Mexico flags. There's some American flags. American flags in LA County, that's a win. But they're on a federal building, of course. Even still, you gotta take it. There's an anti-protester. There won't be ground troops in Iran, but yeah, I mean, that's going to be their new red line. They're going to say, well, there's no troops. And so they're going to still say it's a peace I mean, they're going to, that's what Trump's going to do. He's going to swing it as well. There's not going to be any troops. I mean, this is all missiles. Sorry, but Trump will run and win in 2028. No, Vance. All right, man. We understand. I thought you were gone, honestly, but now you've come back tonight with a vengeance. It's like, dude. Should we just take the whole North America, the whole of North America while everyone is distracted? Israel, Iran, Israel, Iran. We'll just be taking this. Israel, Iran. We'll be taking this. Russia, Ukraine. Russia, Ukraine. No, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Pretty shit parade. Yeah, no, the Israel stuff kind of dampened it a little bit, the parade, but you know, it's unfortunate. But apparently they were saying it was going to rain and it didn't rain. Apparently it was really muggy in DC today. They were complaining about the humidity. DC's, you know, the heat wave that's coming next week, not this coming week, but next it would be like the 23rd or 24th. It's going to be like 95 degrees in DC. I saw it's going to be 90 degrees in here in Ohio. Yeah, we're going to get one of these early heat waves. This is going to be brutal. Let's just take... Yeah, that's what I said. I said we should take Greenland right now. We'll just take Greenland. There's a war happening. So let's just... This is what we say. There's a war happening, so that justifies us securing Greenland. Securing the island. Eric has the video. Let me take a look at this then. Oh, it did rain.
Mr. President, on behalf of the United States Army.
I couldn't even tell it was raining, honestly.
They're assaulting someone. They're assaulting an innocent guy. What's wrong with you? They're assaulting an innocent...
You caused it. You just touched me. Do not touch me. I'm not touching you.
I swear to God, if you run over my foot right now...
I mean, shouldn't all these people be arrested?
You should go front of it.
Is that in Portland, maybe? It's crazy. I mean, that's got to be in a liberal city for those people not to be arrested. Are the Democrats skipping on the parade out of protest? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they probably wouldn't. It wouldn't look good if they were there anyways, I don't think. I don't even think it's everyone that's supposed to be going, like all of Congress or anything like that. I think it's just like the top people. I saw Hegseth there. I saw Vance. I don't know. I'm sure there were other people from the cabinet there. The robot dog. What if it just started fake pissing? It just started pissing out microchips. It just started pissing out like USB adapters. All right, that's I'm done. All right, where's the video? Wait, is this?
Wrong!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We have the freedom of speech!
Go, 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 go. You want to be careful, okay? You take care of yourself. So you can see, whoa, whoa, they're messing with the horses. Guys, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's back up here. Obviously, people are unhappy, Ari. People don't want to see horses trampling. Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Hey, Ari, we're okay. We're going to keep going. Stay with us if you can. JD, want to move a little faster back. They're pushing people with horses, which obviously gets people freaked.
Jacob, you're...
Dana White was there. Israel urges U.S. to join war. Apparently, they responded and said, they said no. They said no. But it's kind of irrelevant, but...
President, your reaction on the shootings in Minneapolis?
Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And they're looking for that particular doing that right now.
I think there's still a manhunt. X is facing an outage. Dude, this happens once a week. I didn't even notice this, though. I guess there was another outage today. All right, man. I can't do it with the shilling. I mean, it's like, come on, dude. It's not going to happen. What happened to slap fight? That was always a joke. They always manipulate. You know, that slap fight, they would get all their views from YouTube shorts, and that's how Dana White would pitch it. He'd be like, this gets like 300 million views, and it's all YouTube shorts, which you can't do anything in terms of monetizing that. But I don't know, maybe it was successful, but it seemed a bit ridiculous to me, the whole slap fight thing. Chet doesn't understand. Campaign candidates don't translate 100% to presidents in office. There's a push and pulls and special interests, but most doomers are 18-year-olds. Yeah, but I mean, this is like, you know, we've gotten a few really bad things here with the deportations and this Israel situation. I mean, I just want to know what the negotiations were. It feels like they could have worked something out without having this situation. You know, Israel was looking for any excuse to enter this. And it's like, it kind of feels like Trump just, you know, cucks to them. So, you know, I agree. The less countries that have nuclear bombs, the better. But we would rather have diplomacy here, and it would be a better look for the administration. Would you do slap? I'd probably get knocked out if they do that. I mean, you know how hard they hit. Did Trump direct ICE to stop certain deportations, farms, restaurant, hotels? We're going to have to ask the administration. We don't know. Iran's going to try and bomb the Pentagon. They don't have the capability to do that. I mean, they do. They say they have sleeper cells and all this stuff, you know, already in the United States. I don't know, man. If Iran did have a nuclear bomb, would they actually use it? They know if they shoot one off, they'd be wiped out off the face of the earth. Right. No, I agree. You know, it seems like an excuse to topple their government. No, I think they have to do weight classes for the slap thing, dude. King, they have to do weight classes. Is Qatar pronounced as cut? Yeah, that's actually how it's pronounced. The reason I know it, you know, this is people say Qatar or Qatar. It is actually Qatar. Trump said it. He said they want us to say Qatar. That's how it's pronounced. I remember Trump saying that. That's why I say it like that. Eric is a pathetic shill. All he does is give news, dude. Like, did you know about the assassination in Minnesota? Yeah, it seems like another deranged leftist. We'll have to see. They had flyers of the No Kings protests, and you know, it's another one of these situations. We've had multiple. Remember the Shapiro's house getting burned down, and some other events. The diplomats getting. There's been a few events that have happened with killings. It's not good. Iran's military is a paper tiger. Well, yeah, but they do have a lot of soldiers when you compare them to Israel. I mean, it's to me, it's all going to be missile through the air warfare in terms of this. You're just saying that you think X is a lot different to the GOP base. Have you seen polls Elon Musk tried to go against Trump with a poll under his account but didn't translate? Well, Musk doesn't have really a fan base in the United States of any size. It's all people from, other countries. That's the problem with Musk. I think Musk's approval rating is really bad right now, just because he alienated both sides, obviously the left and then recently the right. What if China gives a nuke to Iran? That's not going to happen. No, China, I believe, wants to de-escalate. At least they put a public statement out saying they wanted to de-escalation. Thomas Crooks updates. I haven't seen any updates on Crooks. There's gonna have to be something during this second term of Trump. Something's gonna have to come out about that, but I don't know. Patel and Bongino, they say a lot of nothing every single time they speak, and I'm getting sick of it. But I mean, hopefully there'll be stuff that comes out on a number of things. Epstein, the Crooks stuff. Yeah, I don't think they'd be stupid enough to do anything here in the U.S. Iran. But then people would just claim it's a false flag anyways. I mean, it'd be a complete shit show cluster. Governor Abbott needs to sign the THC ban here in Texas. Yeah, well, what is it, legal there? I'm not a big fan of it, honestly, man. I've had it a few times. I don't even like just regular vaping. I don't know. The woman sobbing about Trump winning.
Around here is just shady. Yeah, that's what.
This is an old folks' home.
That's a disgusting shirt, huh?
Oh, I love it, man.
Oh, I almost threw up.
Hey, that's okay. There's the street.
MAGA cult.
Not true. No, guaranteed. Do you know how corrupt our government is? No, I think he's corrupt. No, but what do you like?
Did you think Biden wasn't?
It's called elder abuse.
Yeah.
That man was not in power. Forget him. I'm just curious what you like about him.
He enforces the
He
law.
is a true patriot. He loves our country.
Is a terrorist.
I'm trying to scroll down to that clip. I mean, you guys have got to be trolling me on this. So this was in his car? The No Kings flyers? Yeah, we'll have to see.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
This representative, this was one of the representatives that was assassinated days before. Wow. Use weed too long, it destroys your brain. No, that seems like fake bullshit. But I just never liked weed because it makes you unproductive. It affects everyone a different way. I had a big problem with edibles. Edibles will really be an issue. I would say stay away from edibles. Just smoking it, I didn't enjoy it. But edibles were just not good. Why is sports trying to promote pride? Dude, I find that so cringy. They make them wear, like, gay pride hats now. Like, what? They still do that. That's just like, that was the BLM stuff, and they still do the BLM stuff. But in 2020, the BLM stuff in the NBA. It's like you're forced to do it. You're forced to partake in it. Dude, you trolling me now. All right, man. I give up. Oh, you don't need to see the woman. Tyler Warren's production. I like Tyler Warren. That's a good tight end, man. It's a good tight end. Apartment building heavily damaged after Iran missile strike. 1 confirmed dead. Yeah, you're going to see that a lot. There's going to be a lot of strikes between the two countries in the coming weeks, I would imagine. You could have shills be... No. The thing, Jason, the thing is there's so much... Think about all the fake likes that are bought on that to influence opinion on X. There's a lot of that. And X has a really bad bot problem. But, dude, still... I mean, there's another Middle Eastern war that's not up. That can't be a popular thing, man. It really can't be. Try shrooms. I don't think I would do well. Benny Johnson has it. Wow. I thought I was gonna hear boo. I mean, I thought there was gonna be boos. Dude, this dude has like people tweeting for him every second. This is like.
His mag fell. Ooh, and his mag fell. Where?
Gotta rest.
I'll be right back.
There's a mag that fell. Where's the mag at? The soldiers picked it up. Oh, really? Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Fell.
Is that it? Look at, yeah. I gotta get an arrest right now.
Oh, someone just hit him. It's gonna get worse if they keep that bullshit up. He must have assaulted the soldier somehow. I don't have room to get out. Just stay here. Stay put. He dropped his. Just stay put. We're not stepping out here. Yes, sir.
Oh man. I don't do that, man. I don't do that. It's hard, you know, it's some of this stuff, it's like I mean, now I didn't watch a ton of the parade. I saw clips of it, and then I watched the end of it. Then I watched Trump's speech on stream. It wasn't a big speech. It was about 10 minutes, if that, maybe 7 minutes. There was really nothing. It's not the proper time or place to talk about the. They're going to be at the G7. They're going to be at the G7 summit tomorrow, or excuse me, Monday. So that'll be a big thing. They'll be talking about it. They'll be talking about the conflicts. We'll probably get a bunch more shit on Russia, Ukraine too, because the G7 with all those NATO countries. Will I marry you again? When did I marry you? I don't marry. I'm not gonna. I don't. I'm not gay. This is what he wore. A latex mask. They believed this was a real person in this mask. Latest on Iran-Israel war. Well, the latest that I saw was Israel demanded the U.S. come in and help them, like, officially join the war on Israel's side, and the U.S. said no.
I'm just so scared. I'm 74 years old. I worry about everything, and I just am so scared and upset, and I don't understand why people voted for this person.
I feel very bad. There's a lot of compassion for this woman. Her life has been destroyed by liberals on Blue Sky and Reddit and the echo chamber. Politics destroys lives. It does. You get too much into an echo chamber. She probably thinks tomorrow Trump is gonna, like, announce himself as dictator and, like, start taking over the entire world. This is the demonstration. MSNBC. Yeah, you're probably right. This is more of an MSNBC case. I don't know if she'd be on. But, those boomers can get on Blue Sky, too. That's like their big technology. A boomer getting on Blue Sky, that's like, inventing the iPhone. Like, that's a huge thing if they're able to create an account. They genuinely think Trump's a dictator. That's why it makes sense for them to have Epstein stuff and not release anything incriminating involving Trump. They think Trump is, like, the worst thing ever. It's just, You're not saying they support a war. I'm saying overall support is still strong in the base. That's what you don't want a war either. What do you think there's still high GOP support for Israel? Yeah, I mean, probably overall there is. But the thing is even if there's 80%, 85% support for Israel, the support goes way down when you bring in, like, a war. There's very little appetite for it. But the other thing is there's no way you're citing all these polls. We're not getting any real polls out of this conflict because we don't even know what the conflict is yet. But it's probably going to develop into something bigger, and I don't think that's going to have a high rate in terms of approval. She looks like a TYT supporter. Now, like Rachel Maddow, probably. Mm-hmm. She simps for Hassan. I don't know if she has a Twitch account. You got to escalate support to fight in a war for Israel. The support goes way down. Of course it would, because that's just a war in general. Nobody wants that. That's a connotation of a war happening. So people are immediately not going to support that pretty much no matter what. But yeah, with Israel for sure, there's... Our democracy is at stake. I think you're trolling the left with that. I appreciate it. Why has everyone forgotten October 7th? You remind us every day. How could we forget? You don't think a lot of liberals are willing to listen to both sides? That's what makes them... I mean, this is a... Both sides have massive echo chambers. Let's just be honest. It is what it is. But, like, seeing this lady, the reason I said that was because this is some old lady. She should not care about the current state of politics this much. It's ruining her life. She's this old. She should be enjoying her last years. That's why I said it. I mean, obviously, there's a bunch of ravenous conservatives that are just obsessed with, you know, everything that Trump does. But the reason is this is just an old lady, and she's been destroyed by politics. It's sad. Dude, I think our conversation's gone on too long. I understand, man. I get it. All right, it's enough. Like, all right, whatever. I think we've had too many, well, like 10 too many back and forths at this point on this. Trump is just a sweet old man. Let him enjoy his birthday. Yeah, they got the fireworks going for him right now, I think. Back from vacation. What's up? My mod is back. Welcome back. Mike, what's up? I appreciate that, man. Back and forth on it. And it was about another dude. It was about a chatter. He knows who he is. Yeah, there's people in the chat just get weird fixations. Now there's this fixation about Benny Johnson's wife. It's just these strange things. You know, somebody in the chat mentions it earlier in the stream, and I'm like, I didn't know that. But now it's like, it's just like, all right, we get it. But do we really need to discuss this constantly? I mean, you want a clip? This is not like... Trump with a cake. That looks like... I haven't had a cake in a while. That looks like a damn good cake, too. Man, cake is good, I'll be honest. Cake is really good. I haven't had a cake in a while. I think you lost the one. What what music do you listen to? Yeah, that was an extended troll. And I don't know if he was trolling with me or if he was really getting angry. I'd say 50-50 either one. The dude with the Japanese letters in his name, yeah, he's gone. The chat bracket. Trump's fitting to get a golden dome from Melania tonight. Trump's own golden dome. Well, liberals said Trump liked golden showers. I think that's just hearsay. Cake or ice cream? I've had a lot of ice cream. I don't know. Cake, though, it's tougher to get cake. You got to prepare it more. When is your birthday? My birthday's not until September. Carrot? No, I don't like carrot cake. I don't think anyone really likes carrot cake. Maybe the frosting. The frosting on carrot cake. Does the Iron Dome work? I mean, the Iron Dome works to a degree, though, not against hypersonic missiles. That's why, it got penetrated. But it shot down a bunch of their missiles on their initial attack runs. Birthday cake is excellent with the frosting. Yeah, like, look at that. You see that frosting right there. It's just, it looks really professional. I mean, Trump cuts that. I don't know. No, my birthday's in late September. Libra, I think. Give Chris Christie a slice. Insult to injury. Hearing reports across the country, no King's protests were poorly attended. Many only lasted an hour before people went home. A giant dud. Yeah, this is why you can't have 1,500 different protests. You're diluting it. There should be one major protest in like 6 different huge metro areas. That's it. All of these dinky ones, it just makes the entire movement work. I mean, I'm happy they did it. It makes it look bad. Which troll did I like the most? Hot blonde girl, Japan boy, Japan boy. I mean, you're roasting him now. You're roasting him now with that. Thomas Massey. Well, the Thomas Massey tweets, I don't even know that. I think that's serious. That one's out of control. The hot blonde girl is obviously a male. I had someone do that when I first started streaming. I was streaming March Madness. It was this fake thing. It was funny. How many people are required for a protest? I mean, you can have as many as I mean, one person technically could protest, but it doesn't mean shit. You need a lot of people to make it something powerful. And you're not going to get that by diluting 1,500 different protests across the country. Greta Thunberg, okay. Yeah, she got deported back to wherever the hell she came from. I don't know. You saw her on the plane? CJ, I don't believe in any of that bullshit with astrology. I might have some trouble communicating today. All right, we'll have to see, man. You're not a troll, Kloss. I'm waiting for my $2, Kloss. Stop. Elon did not retweet me. I appreciate the $5, though. How old is... yeah. Where's the whale? The whale, I don't know. He's MIA. Yeah, people have been talking. I'm not even gonna get into that. There's no. It's not gonna end well if I talk about. It's just, I just have to pick my avenues with this chat. So you get down some of these roads, there's no U-turn. Trump shouted me out. Yeah, I expected it. I was told it was going to happen tonight. I appreciate the shout out from the administration. Trump with a big shout out, and my breakout is coming. My mainstream breakout. Trump will, I think, shout me out pretty soon. I heard people telling me. Has Elon asked you to take a job in Doge? Well, I would be set up for failure, honestly, if I got a part of Doge. I mean, they're not allowed to touch anything. You'll be going in there, they'll be like, all right, here, cut $5, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be looking at the amount of fake plants the government offices buy, and that's what we can cut out of the budget because it's not efficient. Any Eric updates? Well, let me actually see some of this. Your favorite protest sowed... Ooh, nobody is eating the dogs. Wow. This poor dog. This dog does not want to be liberal. My cat is a liberal. My cat supported Hillary. I'm not even kidding. You've been stuck at 291k subs for a while? Really? Seriously? You're gonna deny this trajectory? You will regret that. I'm gonna live stream when I hit 300k. Oh man. Would you run for president if it's feasible? Well, yeah, if I get Trump's endorsement. No, it's not feasible. It's never going to be feasible. Cash and Bongino were the second biggest letdowns. I mean, yeah, they've been just it's a lot of talk, no action, and even the talk's been bad because they keep saying, trying to refute all of their previous things that they say. I mean, they got neutered when they went in. They got neutered. You missed some streams, been busy, but I always support. Yeah, no, I know, RB, because I remember you from the college football streams. I do remember you. Why do liberals think Trump is Hitler when he holds the same view as Bill Clinton in 1990? That's a good point on Bill Clinton. Liberals try and claim like, oh, Bill Clinton was this great president because he balanced the budget. Yeah, he'd be considered like moderate right nowadays. You just have to respond with that. Because he took away welfare. That's how you balance it. I mean, that's what he did. They would hate that now. Congrats on the 1 million. Dude, I tweeted out once, I was like, I'm close to 1 million subs. And then people were like, that's impressive. But then there were a few people that were like, yeah, you're delusional. I was like, I'm very close. I'm closing in on 1 million subs, and people were like, congratulations. This is amazing. NBC reports Pentagon is holding an emergency meeting in response to Israel's request for the U.S. to join the war against Iran. Well, according to Axios, we already declined that. It's like a formal request, but their meeting, you're saying? That's good intel. Was CM Punk is at these protests? What a cuck. Jamie Raskin with a gay pride flag. This is a great photo for Democrats. This is the Democrats' biblical photo. Rocky. This might have been their biggest turnout in Philadelphia, maybe outside of LA, just because of the other riots that happened earlier this week. Yeah, how liberal is Philly? Oh. And how much of a shithole is Philly? It coincides hand in hand. The more liberal, the more shithole. Trump is not as far right as some people think. He's barely. Yeah, well, you know how it is in 2025. Every liberal is a socialist. Every conservative, so any MAGA person they're going to label a fascist. Yeah, I think Trump is pretty tamed in general, but you know how it's a reaction culture. Who do you want to win the NYC mayor race out of the? I heard that is a huge one. I mean, I guess Cuomo, but maybe for New York City to turn more to the right, it'd be better if the socialist won. Monbati, I think. Your work ethic isn't. You remember the McGregor? That was classic. The McGregor. All Trump does is just point to a sign that says Gulf of America, and then McGregor acts like it's like the best thing ever. Like, I know you're in the White House and stuff, but it was just a funny moment. Check in on Iran strike. Iran strikes on Israel. I don't know if I have any of them down here. Well, this was... Maybe there's some updates. Some of these accounts have updates. No to boots on the ground, but they don't want Iran to have a nuke. Yeah, this is what they're going to start swinging. They're going to say the red line is no boots on the ground. The official White House is saying no boots on the ground, but they don't want Iran to have a nuke. So they're going to help Israel, but it's going to be through weaponry. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people know my name anyways, dude. It's like doesn't even matter. I'm not even culturally relevant. I mean, it's thoughts on Sneeko with Eric Adams. Really, I didn't know that collab happened. Well, Adams has been more conservative. You know, he's trying to be a hard ass on crime. He's trying to get support from Trump. I don't know if he wants a pardon or what's up with him, but he's trying to appeal to that wing more so. Will Israel have boots on the ground in Iran? I don't see how. I mean, look at the military size comparison. Aren't they also fighting Hamas? As pro-Israel as the Trump administration is, honestly, no boots on the ground is fair redlining. Yeah, but what happens when... I don't think that's going to get... I don't think that's actually going to get, you know... I don't think it'll happen, but it's a nice sunset. It is. See, the thing is it's not even dark yet. Well, it is dark, but it's 9:31. It's... I can still see a little bit of sun. A little bit of sun. Rogan defends all of these terrible comedians and talks about politics 24/7 now. His podcast is unwatchable. Yeah, well, those guys have just gotten all the comedians now. Just look at Rogan, look at Tim Dillon, look at Vaughn. They're all politics now. Look at Schultz. They're all politics. So they've all pivoted now, and they have podcasts, and it's all politics. Well, it's not all politics, but, you know. But with Rogan, I'm sure it's heavily politics. Is U.S. helping Israel? Yeah. They're going to try and massage it, though, in a way to where it's like, well, technically, there's not going to be any boots on the ground. It's only going to be through aid. But, yeah, they're helping for sure. I mean, they helped shoot missiles down, apparently, the U.S. and U.K. They already have boots on the ground. No, not in direct conflict. That's not what he means by that. Stream needs background music. No, it's not a popular thing. I know some people have suggested it. It's not very popular. At least all of the comedians are correct on Israel. Yeah, Dylan's really anti. I don't know what... I mean, Schultz is like a conflict of interest there. It gets dark in your state, late in your state. Yeah, well, I mean, if you look where Ohio is positioned, based on where Eastern Standard Time is, it gets, because we're right before it turns to Central. Or not really. Me personally, I'm not really right before it turns to Central. But if you look at when it's the Central starts, we're on like the back half of Eastern, so it's gonna stay out later. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Theo. I appreciate that. The lights are too bright. What is your net worth? I mean, it changes every day because of crypto. No, it's my net worth is nothing crazy. I'm not rich or anything like that. It's fine. But honestly, I could have been rich depending on a few decisions that I didn't make. But I think it's better to not be rich when I'm trying to build up anyway. So it's just, I just want to have enough money to be able to, in case something happens, I'll be fine. That's it. That's all I want, to get to enough money in terms of that. Just have enough money as a safety net, basically. Are you picking up college football 26 in a few weeks? Probably, I want to see the Dynasty. If the Dynasty is good, I'll probably get it. Yeah. Teach their own dead air plus this cooked chat aren't great. Yeah, I don't know. The chat is the chat really that bad? This feels like a normal chat tonight. Maybe a little bit more trolling because it's the weekend. I don't know. Are we sending more naval power to protect the Suez area? That's a good question. And also another thing we have to take into account on what the administration wants to do. The Strait of Hormuz. If they blockade it, then it's going to be a big issue. And then there will be U.S. involvement, I would imagine. Because it would cripple oil for a short period of time. But hopefully they don't do that. And hopefully Iran doesn't do that because they don't want U.S. to enter directly. Alex, I appreciate it. Go Horns. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a big game. Week 1. Texas, Ohio State in Columbus. Too bad it's at noon. What time does the sun rise? Really early. It rises here really early, about like 5 a.m. You know where the sun rises really early? In the Middle East. I was watching Lone Survivor and the sun was up at like 5 a.m. in that movie. If you've seen it, I mean, I remember that when I was younger. I was like, why is the sun up? Why is it like midday? It's like 6 a.m. when they were in that region. I mean, if you see it, I mean, I remember that. So are there not going to be riots tonight? I mean, I guess LA could break out into something. LA could break out into something, but I don't know. Yeah, you know, my stream yesterday got limited ads. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it was because I showed missile strikes or what. I think it's bullshit. Israel urges U.S. to join war. U.S. convening in the Pentagon right now to discuss war strategy. Alex Padilla. Yeah, they're going to start asking for him. They're going to start asking for him. He's the guy that got taken down and got detained when he was trying to ask a question to Kristi Noem. Yo, pizza delivery guy, what's up? You're a pizza delivery guy. That's... At least it's better than DoorDash. Unless you actually have to. Dude, I can tell you're a big... You like Vance. You like Vance and Palantir. You like the connection. This is the connection. Dude, somebody was sending me... Somebody kept sending... These people keep sending me this graph. And it looks like Peter Thiel birthed J.D. Vance. And I'm like, I didn't know he gave birth to J.D. Vance. Israel's probably going to fight until there's regime change in Iran. Yeah, but how does that work? I mean, how do you get a regime? I mean, I guess if most of the populace of Iran is against their leadership, then maybe it could happen without... But there's going to have to be some direct involvement, you would think, to get a regime change. I guess you would have to just destroy them with strikes. High-skilled workers and its fat DoorDash driver. And then they say they don't have to speak English. I was in a debate, or online, I was just, you know, because there's this comment about at least fucking liberal people, and I said, well, you should at least speak English. And they're like, no, it's not a job. You don't need to speak English. To be an Uber driver, you should fucking, to be any job in the United States, you should speak English. You stupid, some dumb bitch probably. Yeah, just you speak English, yes, especially for Uber. Don't you have to create conversation with people, or if you're missing exit or something? I mean, this is like, but now it's like no, they shouldn't have to. But this is the globalism has infected the liberal mind to a degree that is like it's a generational level now. The amount of globalist propaganda that liberals have, they do want globalism in the United States. They don't want allegiance to the United States. There is no, like, you can see some of these liberals that see how bad this is, like what a lot of the further left people are talking about, to where they don't care about it. Like, if you don't care about the United States, that's why I get annoyed when, like, the normal liberals, I guess, they're like, well, we still care about America, and it's because it's just because it feels fake. But I get annoyed because it's technically what they should be doing. The ones that are really far left, they're like, fuck this. I mean, they think it's just like there shouldn't be borders, there should be illegal immigration, and the United States, it really shouldn't even exist. It shouldn't exist in the sense that it's existing now. That's why they all burn American flags and wave up Mexican flags. It's not enough to deport illegals, send the Pajeets home. What, remigration? No, that's not going to happen anytime soon. All right, we'll go to this. I mean, you guys, it's just like this spam from the same 3 accounts. Like, what is this? What a collab. Collab from hell.
Gotcha.
And it has no fillers, no chemicals. It's the most organic cigar you will have.
And the best presentation going, you know?
It comes in its own Italian-made humidor, 4 inlays, and you're not lit. Well,
Gotcha.
and it has no fillers, no.
Trump retruthed Fetterman's post. John Fetterman's post about Israel support. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what this is. What is it? Nightmare blunt rotation? There's a protest like 20 people 20 minutes away from you. Hilarious. 20 people 20 person protest it's harmless. You think Eric Adams trying to copy Trump's 2024 podcast move? Yeah, I think he's trying to get on Trump's good side. He has been doing this the past year, or the past like 6 months. They say because he wants a pardon or something. All these E-celebs are total CIA plants. Well, like, you're talking about Sneeko? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oh, it was on the military parade. All right, that's fine. Yeah, because Fetterman is, he's been more charitable to the administration. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that Trump would, respond. Eric Adams was on Stephen A. Smith, too. Yeah, Stephen A's had a lot of people on. I don't know. I saw something that said he wasn't going to run now in 2028. Some YouTube video. I don't know if he came out and denied it or what. You think Stephen A made some good points? It's just bullshit, like window dressing. I'm in the middle. I don't know. Fetterman needs to join the GOP. No, thank you. IDK, how anyone can disapprove of the parade. Newsom calling it vulgar was one of the worst things you've heard. Yeah, but Newsom is trying to get... I mean, have you seen Newsom's post? He's posting like a 17-year-old girl. Like, he knows he's in the spotlight right now, so he's trying to take advantage of. So he's trying to, like, get viral clips, too. So he says, oh, it's vulgar, it's bad. Big protest in Youngstown, over 100 people. Youngstown, Ohio. Yeah, there's really none by me. Trump said he's partially covering the military parade costs with private donations. Oh, liberals are going to throw their fit. That was the whole problem, was the cost. They're like, oh, this is terrible. This is horrible. We got to spend another $200 billion on illegal immigrant cell phones and temporary migrant hotels, but God forbid Trump have a parade for 1/1000th of the cost, but now it's not even that. Now he's covering it. Thoughts on Jon Stewart running? I said Jon Stewart made the most sense in terms of an outsider for the Democrats, for sure, but I haven't heard anything. I mean, you're not going to hear anything. It's too early. Wasn't the parade because every country was celebrating the end of World War II apart from the country that actually won the war? Well, I mean, dude, if you want to talk about World War II, I mean, it is, and I don't like, I don't like communists, but it has to be Soviet Union gets the most credit just because of the manpower that they threw. But U.S., I would say U.S. is second because the U.S. basically gave the Soviet Union what they needed. I mean, if you look at the total military expenditure, U.S. was number one over everyone in World War II because of Lend-Lease. But you have to say the Soviet Union was number one. I know Trump was saying that we were we won it. I mean, we definitely contributed heavily, more than people think, because of the amount of money we spent on it with military equipment. Who's the bitch who's next to Eric Adams? Amber Rose. Wasn't she at the RNC? She spoke at the RNC, I believe. Did the parade boost morale? Well, the issue is we had the Israel strikes, and so it dampened it a little bit, let's be honest. LA heating up, you should check the latest tweets. Yeah, if anything happens, it's probably going to be tonight. Let's see some of these fireworks. I remember fireworks, after baseball games, you'd have fireworks. There's always fireworks going off around my house. I don't know why people do it. They constantly do it even before the 4th. They'll do it. I hear them tonight. Boy, this has gotten out of hand. We got like a relationship brewing. Yeah, we got a relationship brewing. Soviet Union lost 10 million soldiers. America lost 400K. Well, yeah, because we didn't really have a ground war. I mean, you want to talk about some islands in Japan, but I mean, we supplied the Soviet Union. Mass casualties declared after recent Iranian strike. So Israeli high casualties you're talking about? Not good. This was the Axios report. It was boring but well done. Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing with the military parades. Mm-hmm. Everyone always talks about Churchill, but well, we would be higher. I mean, Churchill, I guess, held off, but there was really no Nazi. There wasn't a ton of Nazi aggression when it came to trying to take Britain. You know, at that point in the war, they wanted to shift east and contain them and contain the Brits. But when it comes to manpower, I mean, certainly the U.S. to a degree. But I mean, do we really want to go in and fight significantly? You know, in Europe? I mean, certainly we did, but we were doing it, you know, with the help of, we were aided by the fact that Germany was fighting on both fronts. Why is this a discussion? Don't see a reason why we should get involved with Israel, Iran with troops. Well, no, I agree with you, and I think that's the administration's red line: is there's not going to be any troops. But it would be, I mean, if Israel does want the government toppled, I mean, but I don't see it happening. I got it wrong, you know. I wanted the nuclear deal to happen. It didn't happen. But this, I don't see it happening with troops. I mean, that would be the, you know, a next level problem. But I think the administration's trying to reposition themselves in a way to say, well, no, there's not going to be any troops. That's our red line. A hot blind on the internet in a political stream is interested in me. Naive teenagers in the chat. Well, I mean, listen, I've gotten trolled one too many times on that, but it's just I read a lot of the chat, and so, you know, you get situations like that, you understand. Are troops not already defending Israel? No, this is in relation to actually offensively using them. Like an actual troops on the ground into Iran, they're not going to do it. I mean, the U.S. already supports Israel. This whole thing to where, dude, do we support them? They're shooting down is Iranian missiles. So there's obviously support. They fund them. Show ISO speed messy clip. Dude, come. What is this brain what that you guys want me to go to? This is like this is an 18-year-old Zoomer brain rot. This is now. No, I don't drink Monster. I don't drink any caffeine. Or I do, but not much. American military. Why not? Well, it's because a lot of delusional women. Do you think the Nazis would have still lost without the U.S. if the U.S. remained neutral? Well, I do. I would say that they would have fare a lot better. They could focus most of their attention against the Soviet. The problem is the Nazis were running out of men, and it was a big issue. They were running out of oil. Yeah, that's a nice lyric, Emerson. I like that. Dude, why do you keep asking about Tim Pool's head? I don't manage Tim Pool's head. I only manage his beanie. And I have to massage it before the shows. Iron Dome, what about it? What about it, man? Yeah, the Iron Dome it didn't defend against a lot of the missiles. I agree. She's drifting. You can have her. Go ahead. No, that should get set up. That should get set up between you two. What's the worst World War III clickbait you've ever seen? Well, anytime there's a conflict, it's automatically World War III. I mean, India, Pakistan, which is a regional dispute on a territory, they said that was going to be World War III. It's any conflict. It's automatically World War III. Do you think we'll ever actually see Greenland annexed into the U.S.? What percent chance do you give it? Yeah, I mean, could you imagine, honestly, if Trump coordinated it and just put troops on Greenland an hour after the Israeli strikes? That would be it. That would have been crazy. But then people would be like, all right, this is actually World War III because they would overreact to the Trump thing. So I guess you can't do that. Yeah, I don't know, man. In terms, it's hard because it's such an unlikable policy is annexing Greenland. I mean, we obviously live in a bubble and I make videos on it because I mean, I like territorial acquisitions. Honestly, I do. If they make sense and that makes sense, it does. But it's not popular. You know, people in the chat were telling me, well, maybe during the lame duck period with Trump and Vance, you could do it, and then it would be a lot more digestible because it would be a period in which you wouldn't have to worry about voters in it for a few years, at least in terms of a midterm. So maybe later on Trump will do it. I don't know. It's very unpopular, man. Very unpopular for American citizens, the people of Greenland, the European countries. Well, I could understand them more saying World War III with the Ukrainian invasion because that's an Eastern Europe war, and so that makes more sense. Elon Musk turned on Starlink after Iran cut off internet access. I've heard like negative things about Starlink. I don't know. Does it not work in the rain or something? France sending troops to Greenland is meaningless. Europe can't do anything about acquiring Greenland because of how we fund NATO. Yeah, how about that ridiculous threat that they had? That was a while ago, but they were like, we're going to send troops. It's a total joke. What do you think Jeb Bush would say? Please clap. Do you think Congress will give Israel more billions? Yeah, it is trending that way, I'll be honest. Palantir sponsored the parade today. That's got to be a troll. Have the protesters been mostly peaceful? From what I've seen, there's not a lot. I mean, there was some LA protests that kind of got rowdy. Maybe turned into riots a little bit, but I don't think there's anything that's going to make any crazy national news happening with these protests. Hopefully it stays that way. I mean, the night is normally worse. We should acquire Greenland, just pay them off. It's a great... Yeah, I know, but I don't think they'd accept it, honestly, if we pay them. I mean, I guess we could force it and then force them to accept. I would rather just pay... I think the easiest thing would be to have a good relationship with the people of Greenland, so them becoming independent of Denmark and then us just paying them off. That would be the easiest thing, but I don't... the problem is they're taking a while to even become fully independent of Denmark. So it's like, well, do we just pay Denmark and then have to deal with them? Because they'd probably be disgruntled at that if we just paid Denmark and then took them over. It actually isn't a troll. You were shook. What, that Palantir sponsored it? It's a troll. Would you classify these No King protests as a failure? I mean, in terms of what? Really, for Democrats. So what? They break out into a riot and then it makes them look even worse? I don't really think they win with any of these fucking protests anyways. It's stupid. They say they're fighting for democracy. Well, Trump has been in office for 4 months. He won with the popular vote. So this is democracy. This is what democracy looks like. Trump won everything. He won all the swing states. He won the popular vote. So what you're protesting against in the name of democracy? He's been in for 5 months. I mean, it's just, to the victor go the spoils. Utah has a huge turnout for the No Kings protest. Yeah, Salt Lake City, yeah. Well, Utah, they're getting a lot of defects from California for sure. (9/11). I mean, I think 9/11's a bit, 9/11 is it's a complicated topic. There's a lot involved with 9/11 with several Middle Eastern countries. I mean, it's a terrible look if that's true. Look, I mean, I guess it's just, it's a sponsorship. But obviously Trump is he's in bed with Palantir. We know, the administration is. Coinbase sponsors everything, man. Dude, Base is a good... I like Base a lot. Base is a layer 2 on Ethereum. Very good. Kraken better than Coinbase? I agree with that. I like Kraken. Because Coinbase, I had issues with Coinbase when I was younger and I try and make accounts. Kraken, I've had no problem onboarding. Monero better than Bitcoin? The privacy token? That's an old one, man. That's an old one. I remember that back in 2017. Elon Musk providing Starlink to Tehran. No, I understand it's not a troll. I get it. Lockheed Martin, maybe a little. It's more understandable because it is military. But the Palantir stuff, I mean, Palantir technically, guys, I'll explain what Palantir is. It's a data optimization conglomerate that takes tons of data and basically summarizes it in a way that's digestible. So I know what Palantir is, and there's stuff about it. Well, it tracks everyone. I don't know. They're saying it tracks everyone, and it's gonna be used if you criticize Israel. I don't know about all that. I don't know. We don't know about that. Are you gonna have? Am I gonna buy Bitcoin? I mean, if I get really rich, I'd probably buy some Bitcoin. Yeah. There are reports from people on the 103rd floor of the North Tower that their shoes were melting from the heat below. Yeah, no, no, it's terrible. In those towers, it was complete hell. Complete hell. I mean, think about even just the smoke. I mean, the way the smoke traveled through the elevators, and I mean, they said the elevators were a chimney. And that entire building, those buildings malfunctioned completely when they got struck. Elevator shafts plummeting to the ground. The water system didn't work. The entire subway flooded. The water got backed up. Water was pouring down through the elevators. Ever think of starting a podcast? It's not worth it. It's oversaturated. It's not worth it. Also, podcasts do feel like they're extremely hard to break into. It's like a small amount of people that are actually really successful with podcasts. Your boomer pops has been putting money from each paycheck into BTC for years. Is he smart or just... No, I mean, that's good diversification, especially for an old timer. That's good diversification into something that's digital. Especially he's been doing it for years, so he's dollar cost averaging into it. Yeah, but dude, you understand the look of it when you're the one that says Palantir is harmless. I mean, it's like this is like a troll. Yeah, they'll make database. Yeah, I mean, most people don't know the true AI, the AI impact, and that's what I've looked into. And that's why I'm telling you guys what it is. The number of podcasts that make real money is super small. Yeah, I agree. It's more of a it's a very niche thing, and there's a much wider net with YouTubers that can make money versus podcasters, much wider. But a lot of these people put their podcasts are like, they're all digital now, and they put them on YouTube. But Rank your stock picks. Kloss. Boeing. Boeing. You got to throw Boeing in there. Yeah, that's an A+, man. That's good. Those are gonna do. That's a great portfolio. That's a Haas level portfolio. Having nostalgia from 2016 primaries. Remember that Trump didn't actually win Texas. Ted did. The 2016 primaries were it was an amazing time. It really was. Thank you for telling me that about Palantir. Claus, that's good intel. I'll remember that. Yeah, that's Klaus. He retired. He appears sometimes in my chats. He likes monitoring me. Podcasts get pricey to produce. Yeah, well, dude, YouTube does as well. Depends what setup you have. But I mean, a really good webcam is like $1,000. You could also, honestly, you could argue you get a better microphone, but they cost a lot as well. I mean, it just depends how well you want your setup. What's up, Alex? Michelle Obama or Gavin podcast, which is worse? Probably Michelle. Who was the goober from Ohio? It was John Kasich. Check Eric Adams. I mean, I did. I saw they were smoking cigars. Do you think more people are going to start homesteading? And there's a lot of land in the U.S., man. There really is a lot of land available. You know, the best thing you can do is like the thing is I want to kind of be like I want to be like 5 to 10 minutes away from like a mid-sized city, or not even a mid-sized city, like, but just a decent city that has all the normal stuff, you know, all the normal shops and everything. But I need to be like 5 to 10 minutes away, because I don't mind a city and all that. Like, I didn't want to live in a rural area, but I want my house to be more spaced out. Tim Buckjohn, thank you. Revelations, do you believe? Well, somebody also asked me for my, you know, what am I? Am a Christian. I grew up Methodist, but I would say I'm probably Protestant, non-denominational. A lot of fake homesteaders out there. I don't know, what does that mean? Do I accept your marriage proposal? What are you, gaming wizard? Gaming wizard, yeah, I accept. Bill Ackman is calling on Trump to join against Iran. That's not surprising. Methodists are pretty loose and careful. Yeah, well, it goes back to my parents, honestly. But yeah, the church. When we went to church service, it was really loose. I never been to Youngstown, man. No. Can you move your face screen so we can see the full tweet? Just put, well, that's the full tweet. One of the 2016 debates, Trump was talking about the Twin Towers falling in 9/11 and said, now my buildings are the tallest. Yeah, well, he said that also in 2001 after it happened. But he did, his initial reaction was definitely proper for the moment. If you saw, he was like he was in New York City. Would you ever consider doing a live stream from an event? You'd be good at it. I don't know what do you mean from an event? I don't really host many events or any events at all. So I don't know. What do you mean by that? Let's stay out of Iran. The guy saying at the top, mistake is a fool. Yeah, but I mean, dude, I agree. I mean, I guess if they're talking about boots on the ground and stuff, that's what but they were already involved. You streaming tomorrow? Keep your streak going. Yeah, I mean, probably. I don't know, dude. The problem with this streak is if there's no news, I guess it probably is going to be news for a lot of days now because of this. But he means IRL stream. An IRL stream. Yeah, I don't think anyone's. I haven't really done anything out in public. Is Israel losing the war, or they just need U.S. to take out the buried nuke? Yeah, they need U.S. Missiles to do it. If you look at the recent reports, they said that Trump is saying, well, whatever I say is America first, and us supporting is. I mean, he's basically saying, yeah, we're going to supply them with weaponry. But in terms of who's I mean, the war it would have just begun. Sorry, I'm late today. That's all right, man. UK jets in the skies too. You thinking Trump ordering a B-2 strike on Iran bunkers? Yeah, well, it's been the UK and the US in tandem. That's what it is. Day 7 of the new Ripken streak. The new Cal streak has begun. No, I think it's day 6 because I started Sunday. That would have been. You think trying to inhabit Mars and other planets is a bad idea? I don't think other planets are viable. Mars would be the only one. Mars is not. You could argue Mars is. The problem is we just don't have the technology. The other planets, the other stars are too far away. The other solar systems, it's not feasible. So Mars is right next to us. It's good enough, basically, they say. Mars gets a lot. Their temperatures are very extreme. It's interesting with Earth, how in terms of where we're aligned and just how perfect it is. But I mean, you would think if they say in terms of, I used to know how many how many stars? Is it like 26 nontillion or something stars? Or is it 2 nontillion and then a bunch of planets? Maybe 26 nontillion planets is how many they say. What do you think of Clayton Kershaw's hat? I thought it was a creative idea, you know, to try and get around that shit of wearing. I guess you could just couldn't. He didn't have to wear it, but obviously it was a nice little statement. There were people that got angry. I saw about it. Will Trump use the Monroe Doctrine as an excuse to take Greenland from Denmark? No, it wouldn't be the Monroe Doctrine. Maybe the canal. Yeah, but you can reach Mars in 3 years, depending on the orbit cycle of it. If you launch at a certain time with how close the Earth and Mars get, you could get there, I think, in 3 years. It's like a 9-year mission, I think. Do you think it's possible? Dem 2028 candidates, who do you think is the best debater? From the possible Dem candidates, who's the best debater? I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, maybe Stewart, if he runs. AOC just seems like she'd be obnoxious. I mean, Newsom, you could say, I guess he did decent against DeSantis when DeSantis had a seriously favorable advantage. Yeah, the coins are not doing very well. Well, this XPX 2.0 is, I'm in this. This coin's starting to pump. This coin looks good. This is the 2.0 SPX. But now I just mainly look at like Ethereum coins. Degenerina. You got to go to the Solana bullshit. Where's that one coin? I'll show you guys one right now. Brainlet. Well, that's your guys' coin. But where's the Aura coin? This is insane what happened to this. Look at what happened to this coin. So what did it go from? 800K to 200 million only in crypto. How does that even happen? Has there been any good news? Seems not. The good news is we have there's not been much good news recently. What is more likely, Kamala running for president or California? They're going to tell her not to do it. She's not going to win it. There's no point. She could win in California and have her little power struggle. I mean, look at being the governor of California. That's a serious thing. You're going to get, I mean, obviously she's not going to get the same amount of political attention that she would if she somehow became the Dem nominee again, but she's not going to be the Dem nominee. California's economy is massive, so she's much better off doing that, where she's obviously going to win, even though, you know, she's terrible at her job, but it's a liberal place and she's got name recognition, and she has a history with the state. Did TikTokers really buy a bunch of tickets to the military parade and not show up? Oh man, they're so badass. Oh, the TikTokers, they bought a bunch of tickets. You know, they do that. They were doing that to Trump events before. It's like, wow, you really showed him. He only won every swing state. You showed him. Apparently, the administration pressured France from recognizing Palestine statehood, calling it an insult on Trump's legacy. It was supposed to take place last week. Well, didn't France, the UK, and Canada all say they were going to recognize Palestine? And Trump might have put a stop to it. Yeah, I need to shave. I need to shave soon. How far would the country swing to the left with voter ID and same-day paper ballots? I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to say how much fraud there is, dude. It's like you're just you're. I'm supposed to estimate. I have no clue. You know, there are a lot of illegals in the country. They do contribute to the congressional seats, so, and it's more so liberal areas. But I don't know the exact number in terms of if you were able to eliminate all the fraud with paper ballots. EX Alerts is the source. Approval rating, U.S. Army holding a military parade on June 14th. Approval +5. That's good. That's good. +5 on that military parade. Who's the pollster? YouGov. Grow your mustache. I mean, I either keep it proportionate or, you know, whether I trim it down or I leave it. But I mean, I can let it grow, and then at a certain point, it's like, well, it just doesn't come in properly. So, but it does, I think, look better if there's something there than if I'm clean shaven. Google Trends regarding enlistment since military parade has soared. Really? Do you think Bobby Atoff is? Oh, the podcast girl. Now she's a bitch. Didn't she leave? Didn't she leave her family or something to go lay in bed with Drake and do? It's just like, it's just completely unattractive. Fartcoin holding at $1. Yeah, I think SPX will outperform Fartcoin this cycle. Well, because I have a lot of the meta coins within it, so hopefully it does. You need more mods? I don't know. Normally, if someone is bad, I'll get rid of them. Active shooter at Salt Lake City protest. Oh my goodness. There's always going to be something. Gunshots ring out Salt Lake City playing No Kings Riot just now. Thanks for the live stream tonight, Will. I appreciate it, man. Consider a local meet and greet. You'll link up. Well, what city are you in?
Okay.
Here we come.
All right, I got you.
Got me?
Yep, I got you.
This is their entire audience. This is sad. You're right. It is sad. Rest in peace to your beautiful Salt Lake. Yeah, well, just look at Denver and Boulder. Brandywine. I used to go to Boston Mills. I went to Brandywine. My school made us go to Brandywine. This is like they're stuck. This is all of the protesters. Come on, ladies. Reports of at least 2 people shot, with one being the shooter. $35 missing after apartment collapse in Israel after Iran massive escalation probably coming. Oh my goodness. Well, you knew there was going to be a big response from Iran. You know there was going to be a big response. I mean, the question is, we'll see some of this. I wonder what they would even say, put on here. Mandani, that's who it is. Zoran Mandani. 63-37. Cuomo. This seems like it's not going to happen. Let's... You thought it was mass casualty at first? Yeah, no, I'm you know, obviously we don't want any death, but certainly you don't want anything. It didn't look like that was that horrible. Yeah, that's what I think he probably will ruin. So the thing is that is a socialist candidate. He's saying he's socialist, and when you're a socialist in a city, I'm not even sure you could really implement much policy. Because if he really does want to implement like significant socialist policies like rent freezes and things like that, can't the state just override a lot of that? I feel like. So I'm not even sure what he's going to be able to do. But the other problem is New York City, it is the financial capital of the world, they say. And so if you put in policies that are extremely against people that have a lot of money, and you're just talking about a singular city that they're gonna have residents in other cities. They're gonna leave, and then there's no revenue that you're gonna generate through taxes. I don't know. Maybe he's got a plan, but it's like, you know, it seems like socialism already fails. Hardcore socialism already fails, and on top of that, now you're just doing it in one city, when these people have all these other avenues and all these other places to flee to. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be generating much if that goes through. You know, it's interesting, if you look at the polls, the white liberals are really liking him. It's the black liberals that are with Cuomo. Do you know how the voting works in New York? It's ranked voting. So basically how it works is, you know, you have the 5 choices, right? This is how I think it works. You have the 5 choices. You rank the choices. It's not just voting for someone. So, like, let's say you're a socialist. You rank Mandani first, maybe one of these other people second, someone else third, Cuomo fourth, someone else fifth, and it's based off of like total points. So you have to rank them. It's not just I'm gonna choose Cuomo and nobody else. You have to rank Cuomo 1, someone else 2, and they get points. If you're ranked first, you get a certain amount of points. Per ballot. If you're ranked second, you get a certain amount. I think that's how it works, and then it goes into the next round or something like that. Osmongold stands with Ukraine, but how is he? He needs to read up on that topic. Eric Adams. Yeah, go ahead. Here's Eric Adams for you. $1. A $1 to 1,000. A quick little win. You think we see looting tonight? It'd probably be in LA. LA and the big liberal cities. Portland, Seattle. I don't know if there's anything going on in Seattle, but Portland, Seattle would be the places. Maine is ranked choice too. It's stupid. Was Trump across the board? They probably tossed it in trash in liberal places. Maine is ranked choice. What for like the local elections? Don't even know who the Republican nominee. Wonder if he would have a bigger chance against Zoran. Yeah, he would because he's. You want the if you have a more moderate candidate in a liberal area against a very far left candidate, that's going to be better than Cuomo. Than running against Cuomo, but I don't think it'll matter. There's too liberal in New York to vote for a conservative. They did vote for Adams, who was more like the badass on crime liberal, but I don't know. I mean, if they're going to vote for Mondani, it's like, that's crazy left. Not looking good in Israel. Wouldn't rule out U.S. response after. Is it really that bad? Well, that's kind of what that's the worst case scenario too, because there will be a serious response and they would ask the U.S. for significant help. Why don't you stand with Ukraine? They have a right to defend themselves. Imagine if we had control of Alaska. And then, yeah, imagine we have control of Alaska. Russia and China have this big global alliance. And we end up losing Alaska. But then we get powerful again and we want to take Alaska back. And they say, well, Alaska has a right to defend themselves. No, we're taking Alaska back. It was ours. We are a global power. We can kind of, well, we can't relate to it because it's never happened to us in terms of territorial loss, but you understand what it is. I mean, in the NATO encroachment. You look forward to meeting in the trenches in the war? Did you get drafted, dude? Dude, you gotta, we gotta link up. You can, I can keep my channel going. I can keep my channel going in Baghdad. All of America will dodge the draft. Yeah, there's not gonna be a draft. It's a joke, but yeah, it would be real bad if it happened. Do war vlogs, your channel will skyrocket. I end up perishing in Tehran. Oh, what a sad ending. Like, look at this, just engagement farming. Iran cancels Sunday negotiations. Yeah. Oh, whoa. In control.
No! Let my people go! Let my people go! Let them go! Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
Hey, get off the truck! Get off the truck!
Let my people go! Let my people go! Let our people go!
Get off the truck!
Let my people go!
Come on, y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move.
No! No! You won't take my fucking people! Don't take my fucking people! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! You're gonna kill me! No! I can't! Don't touch me! Don't kill me!
Okay, get out!
Touch me, bitch! Stop! Get the fuck off me, bitch! Stop!
Whoa, mean.
Stop! You're gonna run around!
What is this girl doing?
You're gonna run around!
Marissa, you gotta go.
I'm not getting out!
Stop Carissa! Carissa, you gotta run out.
No, please don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! I'm a person! I'm a fucking person! Don't fucking kill me! Don't kill me! Don't
Look at the
kill
other
me!
dude.
Don't kill me! Don't fucking kill me! Don't fucking kill me! Don't fucking kill me!
You gotta arrest her.
Don't fucking kill me! Let my people go! Let my fucking people go! Let my people go! Let my people go! Let my people go! No!
Let go. Get out of the
Let my people go!
You gotta arrest her. Forcibly remove her.
These are parents! These are community members! Their kids waiting outside! Their kids waiting outside, sir! Their kids waiting outside to see the logo! Just let them go!
I can't listen. Somebody shut it up. Just shut it up, for God's sakes. Dude, what if one of the agents there was just like, somebody put a muzzle on it? Shut it up. Just shut up. Oh my, just the theatrics. Trump says he and Putin agreed the war between Iran and Israel should end. For 300K sub special, can we get a smash or pass tier list on 2028 female candidates? I mean, what is that? Maybe during a, I don't know, maybe during a stream. I don't know. It's like, this is why you need to hit your kids. Well, you need to discipline them so they don't disrespect people and they know how to act in public. You're right. I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far. Alaska didn't have their own unique culture and history of hundreds of years old like Ukraine. Well, I mean, Ukraine was under Soviet control for 70 years, and then it was under the Russian Empire. What are you doing for 1 million subs? I don't know. I mean, that seems like it's a tough one. That's a tough one to get to 1 million for me based on my growth rate right now. Being realistic about it. U.S. should form a military alliance with Russia. Yeah, but it'd be a problem because what happens when a liberal administration comes in? You know, would they end that? I guess it depends. No, I agree. We should have better relations with Russia. I think Trump wants that in general, but Trump just wants the war between Russia and Ukraine to be over, and Putin wants more leverage. They're launching offensives still. They're still launching offensives. No Israel paradise on Earth. $2. Thanks, man. Rumor is Iran used hypersonic missile in a recent attack. Well, they've been using them, apparently. Oh, I thought it was gonna like change to red, white, and blue or something. How much land would the U.S. acquire this decade? Just Greenland. I don't think Alberta. You'll shout me out at Davos. Also by Palantir. I appreciate the money. I mean, with the money you keep sending me, I might have to start my own portfolio. How's the weather in Switzerland? There it is. I'm grifting all my favorite chatters 1 BTC when I... Oh, I'm gifting? Yeah. Well, dude, you're Russian. You have enough money. Listen, I might be really rich at some point, honestly. It depends. It is possible. No, I know the Holdemore was really bad. I agree. Trust me, I know. Yeah, at a certain point, it's just too much. At a certain point, it's too much. Ken, you're gonna have to take this off. You're gonna have to take this to another. I mean, you could take it to another chat or another stream or something. Your relationship needs to go somewhere else. It's not gonna be here. You're gonna have to take the relationship somewhere else. Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper, 2028. Well, that was a dude posing as a woman, and he's been banned because it's just too much hijacking. The constant, it's like enough. It was a funny thing for a little while. You let it go on for a night, and then it's just like we're not gonna deal with this every night. It's just not gonna happen. Why do you hate me? What are you, my fucking ex-girlfriend? No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate you, dude. No, I don't hate you. You need my height and weight. Well, I'm about 5'10", what, like 153. With shoes, I'm like 5'10" and a half. Have a great life. That's what Trump said. I can't ban him. I'm Palantir, dude. Palantir is gonna come after me. I can't ban him. Thank you, my great Irish ally. Yeah, no problem, man. What do you bench? Like 235. That's a realistic one. What an odd question, man. Just an odd individual you are. You're asking, can you clone me? For what purpose? No, it's not a short... Dude, a short king is like 5'5". I'm not a short... No. No, 5'10" is a normal standard height for an Irish dude. It's normal for an European Caucasian. What happened to the 315? I had to bring it down to make to make it more realistic. I had to make it more realistic. Would you take a brain chip? I wouldn't do that. I'm not interested in that. I mean, but the problem is then everyone gets brain chips, then they're all smarter than you because they have a brain chip. So then you need one. You thought you said 130 dumbbell? It changes. Some days it's more, some days it's 220, some days it's 130. It depends. Kings Island or Cedar Point? Do you live in Ohio? Yeah, I live in Ohio. I never went to Kings Island. I only went to Cedar Point. Yeah, Cedar Point's a great amusement park. Thank you for the $2 donation. Mm-hmm. 6 foot. Well, congratulations. You're in with the women. Remember the car vlog where you showed Halloween decorations? Trying to make me nostalgic, so I'll do another one. Yeah, no, those videos, those were fine videos. Dude, that was what I made no money on YouTube. I mean, those were fine. Those were nice videos. I know I gotta take my channel to the next level. Blue-haired goth girls are hot. Well, it depends. It's a very specific type. Yeah, I've seen the I don't know about the blue hair, but like if they dye their hair really black, I could understand it. But I might know what you're talking about. What height does tall start at? I think tall is like 6'1" and up. Any update on your thoughts on the Middle East right now? Well, it's a very developing situation. It seems like from what I've been getting told, Iran is striking back really hard against Israel. Israel's demanding U.S. official support. The administration right now is meeting in the Pentagon to discuss. Apparently, Axios says they're not going to officially join the war for Iran with Israel against Iran, but they're still going to. Israel is going to need significant U.S. help. But I think the new red line for Trump is going to be no troops on the ground. Like no extra troops deployed. And so this becomes, well, how far does Israel push it? How much does the United States help? Probably a lot with missiles. Probably a lot of funding packages. Your content was so innocent when you only had 20K followers. Now look at you. Yeah, but imagine my content when I get 1 million subscribers. Car vlogs were on DG too, so it's not like you would make money now either way. Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, just in terms of how now I stream at night. I don't really do the vlogs, but well, the UK, I guess, could try and take it back, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. But dude, you're talking about no. You're actually comparing a false equivalency. Russia and Ukraine. That's a bordering nation. That's a lot different from the British Empire. Them trying to take India back. That's a false equivalency. Would you date a 6'5"? No, I think the girl's got to be shorter than me. The girl's got to be shorter than me. A girl that's 5'2", 5'3" is probably really good for me. Mini ground zero in Israel right now. Yeah, I mean, these reports are not good. Oh, man. Really? We're going to get that? A round 2 of 1812? Yeah, well, don't tell Canada. No, that's a typical girl's height, 5'2", 5'3". A midget for a girl is like 4'8", 4'9". Will you interview Baron Trump? Yeah, probably. Wow, that's you're 6'3", but you have to say you're 6'5" because of heightflation. People will insist you're yeah, no, I understand if you actually are. There is the heightflation with men. Nancy Mace? Not really. 120 pounds too skinny for a man. Yeah, dude, you gotta be. If you're 120 pounds, you're probably 5'4". If you're 120 pounds and my height, you're gonna be very skinny. Your 5'5", dating life is screwed. That's a black pill. That's a black pill. That's a tough one if you're 5'5". I mean, I've seen short dudes get with women. I mean, it can happen. I'm not trying to. Most interesting war. I mean, World War II, or are you talking about right now? I mean, there's only 2 wars mainly. The Russia-Ukraine is more interesting because, well, for us, it's probably Israel-Iran. 120 pounds at any height higher than 5'5" is really bad. Yeah. Your buddy is 6'3", 130. I'm not sure if you could even be functioning at 6'3", 130. Iron Dome intercepted most of the 150 missiles and 100 drones, limiting impact on Tel Aviv. The attack killed 3 and injured 172, but not existential. Yeah, see, this is you get conflicting reports. You're still streaming? Yeah, I didn't even realize it went to 3 hours. Well, the ginger trade, it's recessive, so it'd be my my grandkids. Depending on what the girl is, though, I guess it depends if she's also. Most interesting war of all time. Yeah, World War II. Mm-hmm. 5'5", but you're a girl. Yeah, that's like mid range 5'5". Create our own vitamin D. They tell me my doctor tells me to take vitamin D though. It's I don't know if we do. Yeah, it just radiates. Dude, this is like the thing with the dudes here. If there's like an inkling that a girl is in the chat, there's a dude that's like, "Where are you from?" I mean, I guess this is, but it's like we're really desperate. Just take sunlight. Yeah, I don't go outside enough. That's the problem. Why World War II? I mean, dude, World War II, I think, is everyone's answer in terms of most interesting war. Just in terms of biggest land invasion in the history of the world, Operation Barbarossa, the rise of Nazi Germany. The Pacific Front was a little bit less, but you had Pearl Harbor, the U.S. entering. They originally wanted to be neutral, and just the wide-scale fightings. I mean, just all of the battles. Stalingrad, the splitting of East and West Germany, the after effects. Dude, I can't take magnesium. I don't know what happened. I tried taking magnesium. There were some problems. I was like so tired. I couldn't take magnesium. Yeah, the markets will go back up. I mean, these markets, let's look at this. These markets are going to go back up. Yeah, these coins are doing well. These coins are hanging in there. The markets will go back up. They really didn't even go down that much, with these strikes. But if it's an extended war, it's gonna be, they're gonna be priced in. They're gonna be priced in. uh, Tell me what penny stocks. I don't know about penny stocks, man. I can't give you any advice on penny stocks. Yeah, I don't think the markets will crash. I mean, it already would have been priced in on Friday. They went down. Stream content on the Titan implosion. Yeah, but that's like, I mean, have you seen the Netflix adaptation of it? What is it, a documentary? Yeah, that trend is just they say Trend does some really bad stuff. Opinions on Modern Warfare 1, 2007, Modern Warfare 2, 2009, predicting Iran and Israel going to war. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 was a legendary game. I don't know about their campaign predicting that, but the no Russian mission. Black Ops 2 was set in 2025. I wonder if they got it right. I think they probably predicted too much technological advancements, but they predicted all drones and stuff. Rioters breach ICE building in Portland. Oh. So Portland is starting to kick off with their shit. You heard Air India pilot failure? I thought it would be a plane failure. The plane stalled. No, didn't the plane stall on takeoff? That's a plane failure. No, you're right. I actually think if it stalls, it's a pilot failure. It depends. I don't know. But for it to only be up for that long. Is Portland burning? I don't know. Double engine failure. GTA 6. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the map. Hopefully there's a snowy area. But I don't think there is. Yeah, I mean they had to have prepared. I mean these people are just these are lunatics. Yeah, that's not Portland. You're playing Modern Warfare 2? Really? You know, I like the old CODs. I play BO1. Have you heard about the new Resident Evil? Have you heard about the new Alien movie, Alien Awakening, with Michael Fassbender? What did you think of military parade? The military parade was, you know, peaceful and, you know, they did a good job with it. Trump did a good job. You know, Trump was a professional and Trump's a class act. He's a good leader. He's the ultimate authority of the country. He's in charge, not Israel. Do you know of any good movies? Not really. I mean, not recently, dude. Unfortunately, this new one that's coming out could be decent 28 years later. You need to buy a 360. No, you don't need to buy a 360. It depends. Do you have a you could use an Xbox One, you could use an Xbox Series X S.
What the fuck? Dude. That's a fucking, is that not a gun?
Yeah, that's a metal gun. That's a pistol. So it's like a 9mm.
Yeah, Portland is always has these riots. I mean, now they're going to be heightened. And there was no rain. They all wish for rain. Actually, apparently there was a little bit of rain. Yeah, they did it right at dusk. Would you ever get into a submersible? There's not much of a point for me to do it. I mean, not that I'm worried, you know, it would decompress or whatever, but does BO1 have a hacking problem? I don't play multiplayer. This guy. His office is closed. Well, thanks for telling us. Try the game Enlisted. It's Call of Duty like World War II. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this stream. Thoughts on today's protests? I thought they were weak. I thought they were pretty weak. Hopefully nothing happens tonight. You know, they say the night is the worst, so the West Coast, the sun is setting. We'll see. But they seemed pretty weak relative to what people were thinking they were going to be. So Fetterman needs to wear pants. Fetterman, it's disgusting. It really is. All right, guys. I'll be seeing you.